of the bride, Jim Gallagher, as he will now come to offer a welcome speech. We're going to come right here to the bandstand.
Molly, I didn't think this was part of the plan, Molly. First of all, I want to thank all of you for coming. We had folks come from, Stanton House's friends and family coming up from Jacksonville, from Alabama, from Detroit, from Tennessee. We've had Molly's friends from Ohio, from Indianapolis, from Texas. My family and friends down from New England. Molly, maybe a block and a half away. But honestly, thank you so much for coming all this way and sharing this day with us. I'm afraid I'm going to have to read this, but bear with me, please. Molly turned out being the perfect daughter for me. Growing up, I went to an all-boys school, my good friend Jack Driscoll over there, and then I went to Villanova, and in the civil engineering department we had no women. So I was really, my social skills were really stunted by those formative years. And so, I had no understanding of teenage girls when I was a teenage boy, so how was I ever going to raise one? I was so excited when I had Jay and Dan, both boys, my two boys. I knew I could handle them. And I thought our third one was going to be a boy. But I was so elated when it was a little girl. From the very start, she showed her feistiness, rubbing her little nose raw when the nurses took her into the nursery to let Denise rest. She crawled and walked long before she was one and kept up with everything her older brothers did, running around with the shirt off whenever they did. She also had her sweet side, which I love. I remember her playing the Virgin Mary at the preschool. Then she went to the Christmas pageant at the preschool with John Sportone. John Sportone was Joseph. And I think Ben might have been baby Jesus, but I don't know. But honestly, it's her toughness, strength, and competitiveness that bonded us. She gets that from her mother, not from me, though she was kind enough to let unathletic me coach her early years in soccer, and softball through 6th grade, and in basketball through middle school. She was quick to forgive me for calling her a goofus, for playing in the dirt when she was supposed to be tending goal on her under-5 soccer team. Oh, when I would throw it out, she made me this beautiful clipboard when I was her baseball coach. And I would throw it down the dirt every time she let a pass ball go by when she was catching. And what was interesting too, it was she never minded the times when I directed all the kind of warnings at her, because she knew it wasn't directed at her, but I would have a hard time telling all the other girls on the team, or being harsh with all the other girls on the team. So poor Molly was the victim. Watching her athletic competitions and then traveling with ASA and college softball team really bonded us. I got some great athletic moments. The time when you were on that terrible soccer team, you made 150 saves, saved the shutout, and all the little girls carried you off the field on their shoulders. That was a highlight. I remember you being called up as a freshman on the basketball team for the Christmas tournament at Austin Prep, and she got in the last 5 minutes of the game and was jacking up the threes. But that was a proud moment, because they all went in. And I remember she was in the state soccer tournament. She was, I think, she played soccer for 4 years in high school, plus played in the rec league. I don't think he ever did score a goal, but her aggressiveness was something. And so they put Molly on the absolute star. She's an all-star, actually, in the state. She's in state soccer tournament. They had Molly mark her. The girl didn't score, but I could hear her from the bleachers complaining the whole game about the defense Molly was putting on her. And of course, I remember your 2 home runs at BU. I still have those softball. Only two, but one was against Houston, 7-0. Both got shut out, 7-0. But and I still have those softballs. I chased them down. I get those softballs on my chest. I cherish the take your daughter to work day. I don't know if they still do that, but I did that with Molly. We had a lot of fun. I think that's why she decided not to become an engineer. And when we first moved out, Molly first moved out to Indianapolis, where she met Quentin, for the NCAA intern. We had a 2-day trip out there. It was Toner, a little escort out there with us. And we would get out to Broad Ripple. The sport it was. We get out there to Broad Ripple, and me and her had every bar and restaurant out there for a week, waiting for Denise to show up to do the unpacking. We had a good time. And on one of those trips to Indianapolis, the one for the NCAA tournaments, when I met Quentin for the first time, I knew you guys had been dating, but this was the first time I met him. Like I've always told you, Molly, and my boys as well, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Well, Quentin made a great first impression, quietly demonstrating how he cared for you. It was funny that he insisted that I sit in the front seat of the little Escort while he got in the back with his longer legs and his knees up to his chest. But that's Quentin. That's Quentin. And I was also touched by the story where you had one of your luncheons, went out, got Cubans, then you had you got your order, you put your order in, you had to leave for an emergency, you come back 40 minutes later, Quentin still sitting there with the 2 sandwiches. He wasn't going to eat them until you came back. And that's Quentin. That's a sure sign. That's a sure sign right there. He's always been, Quentin's always been very, very considerate of our family. We've had him up, many, many times. He lets my 86-year-old Irish mother play with his dreads. That one Thanksgiving, it might have been one of the first ones, Quentin, when we dragged you out to the cold and snow to cut the family Christmas tree on the same. This was Sunday, Thanksgiving weekend. Quentin had to make it all the way back to Bethlehem. And it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and he was trudging through the snow, picking out the perfect tree for the Gallagher family. And also, keeping up with the funny tradition I have, and it is probably funny now, of asking me if you could marry Molly. That is nice. But Molly, on the other hand, is a little bit more demonstrative. When Quentin expressed a liking for Maury Povich, she got tickets to this Maury Povich show, and an autographed picture of Maury himself. She angled for tickets to Cameron Indoor Arena because of his love for Duke. And I think Quentin might have made the mistake of wishing one time that he felt like what it was like to skydive. And the next thing he knows, he's stuck in a plane. His kid now is stuck in a plane. And if you ever saw the videos, look at these great videos of it. They took the plane on its side and they had Quentin to fall out of it and fulfill his wish. But the one thing I honestly most appreciate is all the support you've given each other over the years, from when you were making career decisions at the NCAA, through your long distance years while you were in Virginia, through your time in Philadelphia and beyond. When Molly and I have talked of the work challenges she has faced over these years, she shares with me the advice that Quentin has given her, and I'm always in full agreement with him. We all know that Molly and Quentin are going to Texas, to follow Quentin. He's got a great position at Baylor. Molly's going to be following, hopefully get a position as well. But about a year ago, it appeared that Molly might be coming up to UNH. She had 2 interviews. I was glad, honestly, I'd love to have had it close, but I didn't think it was a good job for her, and it didn't work out. But Quentin was all in. He was ready to move up to the cold of New England without a job as well. And so it's that mutual support, that is so evident. And, I've seen it here even this weekend. But lastly, I want to thank Allison Steer.
done a lot to make this weekend possible. Spent the time to make it possible. But more important, always being there for my daughter and raising such a good man. I tell the truth.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the father of the bride. What a lovely way to welcome us all. And now, at this time, that's right. At this time, I would like to welcome the father of the groom, Stan Smith, as he will also bring a welcome and a blessing. Come on and put your hands together for him as well.
Okay, everybody. In case you thought I was up here to make a speech, you're wrong. Okay? I'm up here to offer a blessing. And the blessing is over me. So please join